Did you know Lil Durk's lawyer, Drew Findling, hinted towards his release date in a recent interview? DJ Academics secured an interview with the billion-dollar lawyer himself, where Academics would begin the interview asking would Durk entertain a plea deal, where Drew would say absolutely not. We're going all the way.
Likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
Knowing it's going to go the distance, Drew would then break down how dumb this case truly is, as the feds truly have nothing against Lil Durk and it's nothing to even worry about.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
There is very little evidence against Lil Durk, as Drew himself would even say that he asked around the rap industry about these songs that the feds want to use against Lil Durk, and he quickly realized these rap songs are very old and shouldn't be used against him.
We got the indictment, we noticed, and we started hearing from people in the music world. People are like, this doesn't really make sense. That song, those lyrics were done a long time before that. I mean, we were hearing it from all different directions. We were hearing it from studio people. We were hearing it from people that wear suits to work every day, executives.
Exactly, yep.
And so we were like, we got to get to work here. We got to figure this out.
After figuring out and getting their paperwork to prove the judge that these are all false claims against Lil Durk, it ended up working. The judge would then grant Drew Findling to put together the best release package for his client Lil Durk. It would then be announced a judge has agreed to hear Lil Durk's new bond request on the May 8th court hearing in LA. His team plans to present a proposed bail package including $1 million in cash, $900,000 in real estate, $150,000 from an associate, 24/7 armed security, and an electric monitoring device to show that he is not a flight risk. However, this would end up resulting in the feds sharing new evidence trying to keep him inside of jail. The paperwork reads, the government has filed a motion citing more lyrics from Lil Durk's song Rumors featuring Gucci Mane, released February 2022, and an unreleased track seized from his phone after his arrest, to argue against his release on bond, with the lyrics in the Rumors track saying, and quote, I want the one that I paid for, we hit your homie, as the prosecutors are claiming Durk is showing a history of paying for bodies, but a lawyer would end up reacting saying he'll likely be released like Young Thug was, as this is not enough to sentence him to life in prison.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug. Down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, and it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here, because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, This song was actually released months before.
As with the prosecutors only having lyric evidence against Durk, you can't sentence a man to life in prison for it. But did you know there is one sneaky tactic that went viral online that exposed what Lil Durk's lawyers are waiting to use on that May 8th bond hearing? Lil Durk was only expressing his First Amendment throughout his music, which is a form of art and can't be used against him.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent.
You may be wondering why they didn't just do this in the first place, as Lil Durk's lawyers needed to wait and see all the evidence the prosecutors had against him before exercising their First Amendment right. But it's what the lawyer would end up saying next, explaining how these prosecutors, they just don't understand rap music at all, which has happened in many court cases, just like Young Thug's.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
As lawyers online believe Lil Durk will be released from jail on May 8th due to one more reason, as did you know that prosecutors have been using fan-made edits as evidence against Durk. This makes them look absolutely terrible, and by the end, I fear a lot of them will lose their jobs for it.
Durk's team says Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy was recorded 7 months before this actually happened, and the specific version of the song that had audio from the news clipping actually overlaid onto the song is a fan edit, not the original song that Durk recorded and released. Basically, they're saying that the key evidence used to charge Durk were lyrics written and recorded 7 months before the incident even happened, and then an internet mashup that a fan edited and posted.
As Durk's lawyer wrote, in arguing for Mr. Banks' detention, the government has attempted to hold Mr. Banks responsible for video clips that YouTubers and Instagram users have edited, produced, and posted on social media, but with whom Mr. Banks has no affiliation. In the initial detention hearing in this case, the defense called into question the accuracy of paragraph 6 of the superseding indictment, which references lyrics from a song by a recording artist named Babyface Ray that features Mr. Banks. The song titled Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy is the song in question, where Lil Durk would rap the lyrics, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no," as Quando is at the scene of the crime on local news, screaming no on the sidewalk.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
However, the producer that made the song would end up showing the project file with the judge in the courtroom, showing that the song was actually recorded before the passing even occurred. This resulted in the prosecutors having to have their one last desperate attempt to keep Lil Durk in jail, using evidence that an OTF snitch gave up. It would go and read over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio and video recordings and surveillance footage, as well as 20,000 pages of reports, are currently being processed for discovery, as an OTF member named Jam supplied them with this evidence. A court update read, the feds believe Lil Durk paid to get these 2 people dealt with. Number 1, Stephon Mack, who got Lil Durk's brother D-Thang. Number 2, OTF Jam's baby mom, who sadly passed after Lil Durk found out he wore a wire around him. Feds believe Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all 3 crimes, as it was this Instagram Live where Lil Durk allegedly noticed OTF Jam was wearing that wire, where Jam is seen holding the top of his jacket, kind of whispering in it and fiddling around with it for a minute.
I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh, my. Oh, dang. Like back in the day. Look, he took out.
Check on your man, I heard you got his head. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I know what happened to Dare. Architect. What happened to who? What happened to Dare? School trying to stop time. All that woofing on the net, it got your man Metro! Metro!
However, months before getting arrested, Lil Durk knew that Jam was acting strange. It would be announced, Lil Durk has been playing 3D chess the entire time. He knew that Jam was gonna cooperate.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
As a result of this, Durk would later speak on it, saying that he doesn't allow his friends to even know where he lives and doesn't give any information to anyone anymore. As you can tell, he is sad knowing Jam snitched.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the. You gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
OTF Jam is the same man that Lil Durk gave $50,000 to during this Instagram live. But watch closely as the people in the background become very important.
You know what's name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk, so they want me to trick him, bro.
You see that?
Feed
for my baby.
That's
really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did now?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your latest bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really was just getting in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
Throughout that entire Instagram live, there was people in the background. Well, the feds investigated into those in the background and noticed those same men were actually jewelry shopping with King Von only 1 month before he passed away, making it clear and obvious they were all very close friends.
The solitary stone.
We just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
You got to be. What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
This raised a lot of suspicion. People in the same room as OTF Jam, likely they were all close. So how would they get more evidence on Lil Durk for 2 other crimes, as the feds could have been given a tip that this Instagram story Lil Durk posted on the same day Stephon Mack passed away was a targeted post. He would end up writing, "For D-Thang, then 30 minutes after, this Instagram story, laughing.
You can't see other shit, boy. What? Tweak on my folks. Hey, somebody always said, it's a laugh car. Somebody always said, it's laugh car.
With everything being an entire mess, there is one story that is beginning to rise. As did you know, right when Durk is about to be released from jail, his wife India Royale was caught cheating. It would be tweeted, Durk's baby mama India was allegedly seen at a party with her hand on another man. With the footage being released by one of her friends, screenshots would end up making it more clear of it happening. India would end up reacting the following morning.
The family, do we know you? Yeah, you a grown man. Do y'all remember when men used to like lay concrete, change tires, go to war? Now these niggas on the internet gossiping all day. Like, what's happening?
With this going viral online, 6ix9ine and DJ Academics would end up reacting on their own live stream.
Alright, so you want to bet 10,000 right now that hold on.
Durk and I told about some other
We talking about India.
She's a good girl. She's
You met her?
I haven't met her. But
So why you saying she a good girl? Like
because I hear the drama about everybody's relationship, and I know any rapper who could say something about me and they got a public girl, I could tell you who your girl off when she was mad at you. Like, I know all of that. I've never heard no dirt about her. Just to keep it a beat. Never heard nothing about her, period.
All right, but she gonna be faithful to the trial.
Yes.
Anything after that?
I mean, you never know how it goes. I mean, if somebody, how does it go if somebody's, again, I'm not wishing upon him, but if you get life, like, how did that go with your girl? She's supposed to be faithful or no?